As most of you will probably recall, Thor's hammer Mjolnir was destroyed in Thor Ragnarok, specifically that it was destroyed by Hela. And then through time manipulation and everything that happens in Infinity War and Endgame, now there's a different Thor, and of course, a lack of a hammer. But Jane Foster is going to have Mjolnir back. So let's talk about the possible revelation of how exactly she has it. So in that t-shirt design that we talked about that features Jane Foster as the mighty Thor, we can clearly see she is holding the hammer. Now this brings up the question of how, because that doesn't make sense. Well, as people have started to use image sharpening tools and filters and things like that, if you zoom in on it and you really look close at it, you will notice that the hammer actually looks fragmented. Like they took pieces of the hammer and put it back together, and somehow the power was restored to it, and now she can wield the power of the gods. Now, at the same time, this brings up all those old set photos we saw from Thor Ragnarok, specifically that they were rebuilding the exact location where New Asgard was, as well as the location where Odin passed. So the working theory right now is that since the hammer was destroyed there, that somehow there will be some sort of power void or power vortex or something that relates to Odin and Asgard in that location, and that New Asgard will be able to be used as sort of a power node, if you will, to power a brand new Mjolnir, because it's instrumental in having it connect to Norse mythology. And since Stormbreaker is now permanently with Thor, they can sort of explain why she might be able to rebuild it and become worthy due to this, void of nobody wielding it. Which again does make sense. And there is some leaked story details, or at least rumors, that suggest that this is how it might go. But again, we know so little about this that honestly anything could happen. For all we know, Taika's going to have a scene of Jane Foster literally gluing fragments of it together and then it just works. We don't know, but you could definitely tell on that t-shirt art that the hammer is definitely cracked and stitched back together somehow. My guess is that the hammer will be held together by energy, and we will constantly see this energy flow through it when somebody is holding it. So, it kind of gives it a different feel, so they can also sell more toys.